welcome back to Mr. English Echo. Today, we're talking about something really funny and a little embarrassing.
Hey everyone. Oh, I can already feel this is going to be good, maybe even painful.
I'm Emma.
And I'm Sam. How's it going, Emma?
Pretty good. But I've been thinking about my first week at my first office job. It was something else.
I remember my first job, awkward moments everywhere.
Exactly. And today's topic is all about the most embarrassing moment at work.
Ooh, I have one ready, but I want to hear yours first.
All right. So, first week, I'm nervous. Everyone's watching. Big presentation in front of 30 people. I try to look confident.
Uh-oh, I can see it already.
And then my notes slip out of my hand, papers flying everywhere. I'm crouching, trying to grab them. Everyone's staring, red face.
Oh no, the classic newbie nightmare. Did someone help you?
Nobody. I mean, everyone was too shocked. And then, of course, I knock over a coffee cup. It spills on the floor. I almost slip.
Gasp. Emma, that's brutal.
I know. I just wanted the floor to swallow me. But somehow I survived, mumbled through the presentation.
And people probably remembered you forever.
Oh, definitely. But here's the thing. Later, my colleagues told me, don't worry, everyone has a moment like this.
That's comforting. We've all been there.
Exactly. And that's why I love today's topic. Everyone listening, think of your most awkward moment. Maybe you tripped, said the wrong thing, or emailed the wrong person.
Been there. Trust me, learners, you're not alone.
Today, we'll share stories, expressions, and mini practices so you can describe these moments naturally in English.
Perfect. First, I want to tell mine. First week 2, big team meeting. I stand up, completely forget what I'm saying.
Oh no.
And then I call my boss by the wrong name. Complete silence, red face, awkward laugh.
Oh, Sam, that's painfully relatable.
But it's fine. Later, everyone teased me, and I learned to prepare better next time.
That's the lesson. Mistakes happen, and you can even turn them into funny stories later.
Absolutely. And learners, we'll give you phrases to sound natural when telling your own embarrassing stories.
For example, I was so embarrassed, or I felt my face turn red.
Or I was completely flustered and I didn't know what to say.
And for clumsy moments, like dropping something, I accidentally dropped my notes, or I spilled my coffee all over the table.
Repeat after us slowly. I was so embarrassed.
I felt my face turn red.
I spilled my coffee all over the table.
Perfect. See, already you can describe a small workplace accident naturally.
And later we'll add more funny expressions. But first, Emma, tell me one more tiny embarrassing moment from your first week.
Okay. One day, I'm in the break room, trying to be quiet. I reach for a snack and knock over the cookie jar. Cookies everywhere, coworkers staring.
Oh no, that's adorable and awkward at the same time.
Yes. And again, everyone laughed, but nicely. And I learned it's okay to laugh at yourself.
Exactly. Laughter makes it all easier.
So that's the start of our stories. And by the end of this episode, you'll have plenty of expressions to tell your own embarrassing moments in English.
All right, so continuing. After those first week disasters, I realized something. Everyone makes mistakes. It's normal.
Totally. And the best part is, these moments make great stories later.
Exactly. But here's a tip for learners. When telling your story, start with a small hook, like, you won't believe what happened at work today.
Yes, that catches attention immediately. And you can even add a little facial expression to make it more engaging.
Like raising your eyebrows or doing a little shrug. Learners mimic us. It makes the story feel alive.
Another phrase you can use when something goes wrong is, I completely lost my balance, or I couldn't believe it happened.
Or I froze for a moment when you forget what to say.
So, learners, repeat after us slowly. I froze for a moment.
I couldn't believe it happened.
I completely lost my balance.
Great. Now you can describe small accidents or awkward moments naturally.
Okay, let me tell another funny one. One day, I was supposed to make a good impression during a meeting.
Uh-oh, I can feel it.
I walk in confidently, and then I trip over the chair leg. Almost fell flat on the floor. Everyone saw.
Oh, Emma. Oh, no.
And I laughed nervously, and so did everyone else. It was awkward, but funny.
That's perfect. And it shows learners you can talk about accidents with humor.
Yes, and you can use phrases like, I tripped over something, or I almost fell.
Repeat after us. I tripped over something.
I almost fell.
Good. Now, let's talk about how to describe feelings during these moments, like embarrassment or panic.
You can say, I felt so embarrassed, or my heart was racing.
Or, I didn't know what to do. Or, I wanted to disappear.
Repeat slowly. I felt so embarrassed.
I felt so embarrassed.
My heart was racing.
I didn't know what to do.
I wanted to disappear.
Perfect. Now, learners can describe the emotions too, not just the actions.
Let me share another one. During my first team call, I accidentally left my mic on and started humming a song.
Oh no, what song?
Some random pop song. Everyone heard it, and I didn't realize. I froze, turned red.
Oh, that's so embarrassing, but funny.
Exactly. And I learned to always check my mic before speaking.
Small mistakes like these are perfect examples for learners to practice storytelling.
Yes, you can say, I accidentally left my mic on, or everyone heard me humming.
Repeat after us. I accidentally left my mic on.
Everyone heard me humming.
Another tip, add little details like your reaction. Say, I froze and didn't know what to do. Or, I turned bright red and wished I could disappear.
Repeat after us. I froze and didn't know what to do.
I turned bright red and wished I could disappear.
Perfect. Now learners can describe a full embarrassing story with actions and emotions.
And if you want to make it even more engaging, add little phrases like, you won't believe this, or guess what happened next?
Yes, that keeps your listener hooked.
So, Emma, remember that time in the cafeteria?
Oh no, yes, I spilled my soup on my new shirt. Front row, everyone watching.
Oh, that was priceless. Perfect story for learners.
And the phrases? I spilled my soup on my shirt, or everyone was staring at me.
Repeat after us. I spilled my soup on my shirt.
Everyone was staring at me.
Great, that's another one learners can practice.
So far, we've shared office accidents, presentation disasters, mic mistakes, and even cafeteria spills. All relatable and useful phrases for English learners.
And later, we'll show how to link these stories together naturally when telling longer stories in English.
Exactly. So learners, keep listening, repeat after us, and try using these phrases in your own stories. All right, continuing from where we left off, let's talk about linking stories naturally.
Yes, because telling one embarrassing moment is fine, but learners can make it even more engaging if they connect multiple moments.
For example, you can start with, first I did this, then something even worse happened.
Exactly. Like first, I spilled coffee, then I tripped over the chair.
And learners notice the phrases first and then. They make your story flow naturally.
Repeat after us. First, I spilled coffee.
Then I tripped over the chair.
Great! Now you can chain multiple events without it sounding awkward.
Okay, another tip. Describe your feelings as the story progresses. Like, after spilling coffee, you can say, I felt so embarrassed. And after tripping, I wanted to disappear.
Repeat slowly. I felt so embarrassed.
I wanted to disappear.
Perfect. See how it adds life to your story? Learners can sound very natural when using these phrases.
Let me tell another funny story. My first time giving a report, I mispronounced a big client's name.
Oh no, what happened?
I said Mr. Smith instead of Mr. Smythe. Everyone noticed. I tried to correct myself, but it sounded worse.
Oh, that's so painful, but very relatable.
And the expressions we can teach learners? I mispronounced his name, or I tried to fix it, but it got worse.
Repeat after us. I mispronounced his name.
I tried to fix it, but it got worse.
Awesome. Now let's talk about using humor in your story. It helps people relate and keeps the mood light.
Yes, you can say things like, I couldn't stop laughing at myself, or it was so embarrassing, I just laughed.
Repeat after us. I couldn't stop laughing at myself.
It was so embarrassing, I just laughed.
Humor also makes it easier for learners to share stories without feeling nervous.
Another trick is using small details, like my hands were shaking, or I almost knocked over my water bottle.
Repeat. My hands were shaking.
I almost knocked over my water bottle.
Perfect. Now, learners, your stories have action, emotion, and humor.
And don't forget reactions from others. You can say, everyone stared at me, or my coworkers started laughing.
Repeat after us. Everyone stared at me.
My coworkers started laughing.
That's very natural. It makes listeners feel like they were there with you.
Now, let me share one more embarrassing cafeteria story. I tried to carry too many plates and one slipped. Soup everywhere.
Oh, Emma, I remember that.
And the phrases? I carried too many plates and the soup spilled all over the table.
Repeat. I carried too many plates.
The soup spilled all over the table.
Great. And learners, notice how short, simple phrases are easier to remember and use naturally.
Exactly. Now combine it. I carried too many plates. The soup spilled all over the table. I felt so embarrassed. Everyone stared at me.
Wow, that's a full mini story right there. Short, clear, and easy for learners to repeat.
So far, we've shared office accidents, presentation disasters, mic mistakes, cafeteria spills, plus phrases for actions, emotions, humor, and reactions.
And in the final part, we'll show how to wrap these stories together naturally and give learners even more expressions to sound confident when speaking English.
Exactly. Keep listening and repeating. And by the end, you'll be ready to share your own funny workplace moments like a pro.
All right, Emma. So now we've shared all these embarrassing moments. How can learners tell a longer story naturally?
It's simple. Just connect the events, describe your feelings, add reactions, and a little humor.
For example, first I spilled coffee. Then I tripped over my chair. Finally, I almost dropped my lunch. I felt so embarrassed, but everyone laughed.
Perfect. See how short phrases, emotions, and actions make the story easy to follow.
And learners, repeat after us. I felt so embarrassed, but everyone laughed.
First, I spilled coffee. Then I tripped over my chair.
Finally, I almost dropped my lunch.
Another tip, use expressions like, you won't believe this, or guess what happened next, to keep the listener hooked.
That's right, it adds excitement and makes your story feel natural.
And when something funny happens, don't forget humor. Say, I couldn't stop laughing at myself, or it was so awkward I had to laugh.
Repeat, I couldn't stop laughing at myself.
It was so awkward I had to laugh.
Awesome! Now learners can describe events, actions, feelings, and reactions confidently.
And a little advice. don't be afraid to laugh at your mistakes. It's part of learning, and it makes your story relatable.
Absolutely. Everyone listening, the key takeaway is short phrases plus emotions plus reactions plus humor equals natural storytelling.
So, learners, now it's your turn. Try telling your own story using the phrases we practiced today. Start small, maybe one accident or awkward moment, then add another, and don't forget your feelings.
And if you make a mistake while speaking English, laugh a little. It makes you more confident, and your listener will enjoy it.
That's right. English is about communication, not perfection. Sharing your story naturally is more important than getting every word perfect.
Exactly. So next time you have an embarrassing moment at work, think of it as a chance to practice English and tell a fun story.
And learners, here are some final expressions to remember. I felt embarrassed. I froze. Everyone laughed. I couldn't stop laughing at myself. And it was so awkward, I had to laugh.
Repeat slowly. I felt embarrassed.
I froze.
Everyone laughed.
I couldn't stop laughing at myself.
It was so awkward, I had to laugh.
Perfect. Now you're ready to tell your own funny work stories confidently.
And don't forget, learning English can be fun, especially when you practice with real-life stories.
Thanks so much for listening to today's episode. We hope you had fun and learned some useful expressions.
Yes, and if you enjoyed it, like, comment, and subscribe to Mr. English Echo. Try telling your own funny work story in the comments.
And remember, practice, laugh at yourself, and enjoy speaking English.
Until next time, keep sharing your stories and keep learning naturally.